You are just as in the dark as we are on what is in this glass, but we're going to taste it completely blind and give you our unbiased opinions. Wow. Okay, we're off to a rousing start.
Words are hard today. Welcome to Stuff and Whiskey. I'm Erin.
I'm Josh. We're back with another completely double blind tasting, so This could be almost anything. We've drawn it at random from our blind sample pool, full of a bunch of stuff, most of which we've never had before, so we're probably not familiar with whatever's in this glass, but it could be a curveball to keep us on our toes. But we're going to smell it and taste it and let you know what we think about it, find out the price, and see if that changes how we feel about what we've just tasted. Before we find out what we're drinking, again, we feel like this gives you the most honest opinions possible on something that is subjective as taste. So let's get right into it.
Ooh. Smells a little stinky feety.
I was going to say, this smells like a U-port.
Stinky feet. A little caramel.
Yeah, there's like this...
A little air.
Like outside air.
The outside air.
There's a little funk on this. And it's like a
little funk in the trunk.
What was the first thing you said? Stinky feet?
Stinky feet.
I would have guessed based on your notes that you typically give, which are, if you're new here, a little bit different than your typical whiskey tasting notes. But for you, I think this was like going down Toe Jam Lane.
Yeah.
Because it kind of has like this funky jam.
Funky sweet.
Yeah.
A little funky, a little sweet. Kind of like...
A little outside-y.
Toe Jam.
I don't know. I would never know. But anyways, let's get this on the palate. I'm not getting much other than just like that. There's nothing,
same.
There's no specific note jumping out to me.
Same.
Right yet. So let's go.
It doesn't taste quite as sweet on the palate. It's actually a little more oaky, like a little more, not dry.
It brings some pop though.
But not sweet.
It has more punch than I thought it was going to have based on the nose. Yeah.
I think I need another sip. I took like the smidgiest bit.
Okay.
Okay, there we go. Yeah, it has more pop. Kind of tastes like pencil erasers.
Yeah, I'm getting the pop. I'm getting spice right down the palate. I don't know if maybe I took a weird sip that time and it's just hitting me, but I'm catching some spice on the back end.
Okay.
Like heat.
Oh, interesting.
But not proof heat necessarily. It's more of like a barrel spice heat sensation. Like a peppery kind of thing going on back there.
I can get some pepperiness. I don't know. Sometimes I differentiate between pepperiness and spice. I don't know. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. And this is peppery. It's because when I think spice, I think, I guess heat. I don't know. I don't know what I mean half the time.
To be fair to any of us.
I just say words.
Yeah. I will say
I just start a sentence and I hope I know where it's going. Is that a Michael Scott quote?
Hope you find it along the way.
I hope I find it along the way. That's it. Thank you for helping me.
It's a little thin and kind of, I guess if you were going to compliment the glass on this feature, it would be that it's kind of silky. It's kind of aqueous. It's kind of, it tastes like it's had some water added to it, and that's making it come across like not as oily as I would like. It's got a fair bit of flavor though. You don't oftentimes get this much flavor with that type of mouthfeel, like where it's silky like that.
You know what this reminds me of? Those like scented pencil erasers. So it's kind of got that rubbery vibe, but like a flavor, like a scent. Like a strawberry or cherry or whatever.
Yeah, I think...
I kind of like it, though.
Honestly, now that you're saying pencil erasers, it's putting pencils in my head, but like that is what is on the nose. It is this just kind of oak thing.
Yeah.
It's like this oaky note that is the most prominent thing.
I kind of like it. I am getting some tingling in the back of my back of my mouth.
Yeah. Do you have a rating on this?
Like effervescence. I'm gonna give it a thumbs up for now, depending on the price. It's interesting. I think every time I sip it, I taste something a little different, which is kind of cool. I don't get that very often, so, and I like what I'm tasting, even though what I'm saying probably doesn't sound like appetizing. I like it.
Yeah, I would say that on that last sip, I really focused on what I was getting, and it kind of has this mix up of kind of a strawberry-ish type of note for the fruitiness, which is fairly tame, and that's where the sweetness is coming from, kind of combined with this kind of earthy nuttiness that's carrying a little bit of that funkiness. Got a nice finish on it.
I will say, oh, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead.
I keep drinking this because I'm trying to figure it out, which I think is a good thing. Like,
Could be.
I'm not put off by it. I'm intrigued by it. I feel like that's probably good.
Yeah. Okay. Rating?
Did you have more to say? I interrupted you.
I forgot.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's fine. You tell me if you don't say what you have to say when you have to say it, you'll forget it.
I
So
will.
that happened to me. Now I've forgotten it.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. It probably wasn't important.
It probably was very important. Let's find
It's
out what
good.
this is.
Yeah, it's kind of a fruity sweetness mixed in with this kind of earthy, nutty, slight funk that is very pleasant. It's kind of seemingly middle of the road proof wise and everything. I will go a soft thumbs up. Your thumbs up.
Yeah.
Because you're intrigued. I'm a soft thumbs up because it's not exactly my flavor profile, but I do like it. So if the price is right, I could be convinced.
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at as well. Like,
Yeah.
I like it enough to give it a tentative thumbs up, depending on how much it costs.
Yeah. And this is going to be tough too because I try to kind of say what things are hitting me like. And this is kind of hitting me like that Baker 7, like Nelson Brothers Reserve, $60 bottle, 107 proof experience.
Okay.
So I don't know if we're dealing with something like that, but if this is more expensive than those would be a good comparable experience to this.
Gotcha.
And if you like those, then maybe this is a bottle you should check out. So
Okay, what is
how much is the cost on this? 73 in our
73?
pool. You're making faces. What do they mean? Pricey? That pricey?
I think this is one of the most expensive bottles I've seen.
Really?
$500.
Wow.
Is this true?
Wow.
Is this true?
Wow. Are you for real?
73? Yeah. That's what it says.
So where are you at $500 on this?
Dude, I'm a thumbs down, but let me drink some more. Shoot.
Yeah, I think I'm going to have to go thumbs down too. Because I just said I named two $70 bottles that I think kind of compete with this.
I'm going to be completely honest with y'all. I'm a thumbs down if I'm spending my money. But if someone else wants to buy a bottle and share it with me, I'm staying thumbs up.
Is it because you're intrigued by it?
Because I'm intrigued by it, yeah.
Interesting. Man, yeah, it's everything holds. I'm really surprised. I mean, to be fair, oftentimes when things are that expensive, it's because of other reasons than the whiskey itself. Maybe it's age, maybe it's some type of blending or sourcing situation. A lot of times it's a lot of marketing dollars, some kind of special release or something. And it's nice when you taste something that is this expensive and it strikes you like a special release. This did not do that for me.
Correct. It did not strike me as a $500 bottle or even like a $300 bottle.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
Wow. What are we drinking?
Good grief. Daniel Weller.
Oh.
It's 94 proof, which I think that drinks a little bit above 94 proof. This is a sample that was given to us thanks to Bill and Delia Kavanaugh.
Yeah.
So explain to me what Daniel Weller is, because I don't know.
So, Weller bourbon from Buffalo Trace.
Yes, I have heard
Weeded
of
bourbon.
Weller.
This is a new release they came out with,
Okay.
which is a weeded bourbon, but it uses some kind of like heirloom wheat or something. So it's almost like a craft bourbon made by
So is
Buffalo
that why
Trace.
it's so expensive? Is because it's an heirloom?
It's 'cause Buffalo Trace is Buffalo Tracing. That's what's
Okay.
happening.
Okay.
They released it as a special release, put it in a pretty bottle that looks different than other Weller bottles.
Gotcha.
And chose to put $500 on it. I have no clue. I've heard no justification for why this cost what it costs.
I did not pick up a weeded funk on this. I think I'm becoming more accustomed to weeded bourbons because I haven't picked up that off-putting weeder funk, like sourness in a long time.
Well, this doesn't have that sourness
It doesn't,
to it.
but a lot of the stuff I've tasted lately that's been a weeded bourbon, I haven't tasted that sourness. So maybe I'm just acclimating to them.
I don't know. Now that I know it's Buffalo Trace, I can kind of smell that. I think I said strawberry sweetness, which is something I get on Buffalo Trace.
You did.
But I don't typically get that kind of slight, nutty, slight earthy note that this is coming through with, which makes it quite a bit different than something like Weller Special Reserve or even Weller 12. This isn't even 12 years old, I don't believe. There's other bottles. I would almost drink every other Weller product over this, personally speaking.
Really?
I would definitely drink Antique 107 or a Full Proof or even a Weller 12. I would prefer to this. I don't know.
That's a hot take.
Well, I mean, I'm just being honest. So, if you get the opportunity to buy one of these bottles, they're getting marked up on like secondary, or some stores are marking these up to $2,000.
Oh my gosh.
I would be so disappointed.
That's a lot of money, dollars.
Now, if you're trying to get every single bottle and you got to pay that to get it and you're collecting and you've got that collector thing in you, We don't have that, but if you do, more power to you.
Mm-hmm.
And you're going to have to pay what you got to pay to get your hands on this. But if you're somebody that was wondering, man, they came out with that Daniel Weller, and I typically like Weller products, surely that it's going to be an amazing release, and I would love to try it, but I'm never going to get to because it's $500 and it's very limited and yada, yada, yada. It's fine. It tastes kind of like Buffalo Trace Wheated Bourbon, but almost not as good to me.
We didn't pick up on that until we knew what it was, so kind of not. Yeah.
Right. Well, that's what I'm saying. It's kind of like that, but kind of not.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's as good, personally speaking. So that's just my opinion. You may have a different opinion. If you've tried Daniel Weller, please leave a comment below and let us know what you thought about it. I would love to hear some opinions on this. But we say fight the FOMO, and I certainly now, having tried it, am not going to lose any sleep over, if I never get to try it again, we'll be fine. We'll be fine, I guess is the point I'm driving at. But it would not be fine if you got out of here without subscribing to the channel. If you like this style of content and these unbiased type of reviews, that's what we do over here. So clicking that subscribe button is just going to give you more of us in your YouTube feed or however social media works.
In your algorithm.
That. There you go. And if you like shirts with cool designs like this one.
If you like shirts, if you wear shirts.
Yeah. If you're a person that wears shirts from time to time and you would like to see some cool designs over at stuffandwhiskey.com, you can check it out. We have apparel and such over there.
We have stuff.
Yeah.
Of the stuff and whiskey.
Yeah.
Part.
There you go. Oh, check our Patreon out too.
Yeah.
It's the best dang community on planet Earth.
Yeah.
If you ask us.
Yeah.
But awesome group of people over there. Good people, good whiskey. People are sharing samples, helping each other find things, doing all kinds of stuff like that. And that's where we release our barrel picks. So if we go to a distillery and select a single barrel, we make it available to our Patreon community. And those start at the top tiers and just work their way down. And if you're not wanting to make a financial commitment, that's totally fine. There is a free tier. You can sign up for that for no dollars at all.
Yep.
And it just will give you an email in your inbox periodically if barrel picks make it through all the tiers and released to the free tier.
Yep.
So be sure to check that out in the video description below as well.
Absolutely. I think that's it for today. Be good to each other, y'all. And until next time, cheers.
Cheers.